People say anxiety happens in your mind, but for Jake Turner, a 24-year-old living in downtown Chicago, anxiety felt like a real storm, loud, messy, unpredictable, and impossible to turn off. Every morning, he woke up with one thought: why can't I control my own mind? But he had no idea that one simple exercise, involving nothing but a glass of water, would completely reset his life. Jake worked at a mid-sized tech company. Great job on paper, good salary, friendly team, modern office. But inside, he was drowning. He couldn't focus. His mind jumped from past regrets to future fear non-stop. At work, he kept making small mistakes. Emails went unfinished. Deadlines slipped. His managers started noticing. One evening, after receiving another warning email, Jake sat alone in a Starbucks, staring at his laptop, feeling like his mind was a prison. He whispered to himself, "Why can't I control my own mind? Why can't I just stop thinking?" He felt tired, hopeless, and mentally exhausted. Then, while scrolling Instagram mindlessly, an ad popped up. Mindfulness coaching with Dr. Harris, former top psychologist, now a private mentor. The name sounded familiar. He remembered seeing Dr. Harris in a TED Talk once, a legendary psychologist who left the corporate world and now helped people privately. He paused. Should I? He had tried meditation videos, books, podcasts. Nothing helped. But something inside whispered, "Try one last time." He booked the session. 2 days later, Jake walked into a small, minimalist office on the 18th floor overlooking the Chicago River. Soft jazz was playing. The room was warm, calming, almost peaceful. Dr. Harris, a calm man in his 60s with silver hair, smiled and said, "Jake, what brings you here?" Jake spoke honestly. "My mind is constantly running. I overthink everything. Past, future, mistakes, fears. I just want peace." Dr. Harris nodded slowly, as if he had heard this 1,000 times. "I won't lecture you. Instead, I'll give you an experience. Follow me." He walked Jake into a small training studio with nothing but a white table, a chair, and a glass cup. The experiment. Modern version of the glass task. Dr. Harris filled the glass with water right up to the edge. You could see the water trembling, ready to spill if someone even breathed too hard. He handed it to Jake. "Jake, here's your task. Walk through the hallway, past the reception, turn left to the balcony, then come back. But don't spill even one drop." Jake blinked. "Seriously?" "It's the only rule," Dr. Harris smiled. Jake took a deep breath, wrapped both hands around the glass, and stepped out. The hallway was busy. People talking, phones ringing, printers running. Someone rushed past, almost bumping him, but Jake kept his eyes locked on the glass. Every step was slow, careful, deliberate. All he could hear was his own breath. All he could see was the trembling water. After 5 minutes, he made it back. Not a single drop spilled. He placed the glass proudly on the table. "Done," Jake said, trying not to smile. The lesson, transformation moment. Dr. Harris looked at him and asked, "Jake, on your walk, did you notice the receptionist switching phone calls?" Jake shook his head. "Did you hear the loud conversation near the conference room?" "No." Did you think about your past, your fears, your mistakes? Jake stopped. His eyes widened. No, I didn't think about anything. I was fully here. Dr. Harris nodded gently. Jake, that is peace. Then he added, when the mind focuses on one thing, one task, one moment, all the noise disappears. Jake felt something shifting inside him, a clarity he'd never felt. Dr. Harris continued, your anxiety isn't because your mind is broken, it's because it's untrained. You've allowed it to jump to the past and future nonstop. But when you anchor it to now, you regain control. Jake whispered, so peace was always inside me? Yes, Dr. Harris said. You just stopped visiting it. Resolution: new life. For the next 30 days, Jake practiced a simple habit Dr. Harris taught him. Do one thing with full focus for 60 seconds daily. Sometimes it was tying his shoes, sometimes washing a dish, sometimes just breathing. Slowly, the storm in his mind started calming. He watched his productivity rise, his confidence return, his anxiety shrink. One morning, Jake looked at himself in the mirror and said, I finally feel like me again. He wasn't cured by magic. He was transformed by presence. Moral lesson: victory isn't in controlling the world around you. Victory is controlling the world inside you, one present moment at a time. Motivational outro, high RPM. If this story touched your heart, remember this: your mind isn't your enemy. It just needs guidance. Focus on one thing today, one step, one breath, one moment. That's how transformation begins. If you want more powerful stories like this, hit like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments, what one thing will you focus on today?